Kenneth Murray Jr. might end up getting selected in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft, or he might not. We're all still waiting on Murray to declare his intentions for the 2020 season. At the moment, he's just as likely to declare early entry into the NFL Draft as come back for his senior season at OU. Bear in mind, Murray graduated this December. Also, bear in mind, Bleacher Report lead draft analyst Matt Miller slots Murray as the 28th overall pick to the Green Bay Packers, giving this assessment. Quote, "The Packers will be torn between giving Aaron Rodgers more talent at wide receiver or tight end and drafting to round out a defense that was much better in 2019 but still has holes. The way the board falls in this mock draft answers that question for them, as there isn't a receiver or tight end worthy of selection at this spot. That allows the Packers to draft a true three-down linebacker and one of college football's most productive players over the last 2 seasons in Oklahoma's Kenneth Murray. Murray was a one-man wrecking crew for the Sooners and has shown the speed and instincts to line up at middle linebacker in any defensive alignment. His ability to play against the pass as well as he plays the run will make him a highly coveted prospect in the first round," end quote. I disagree with Miller's assessment of Murray's ability to play pass coverage and would even offer up former OU linebacker Torrance Marshall was better in coverage than Murray, and the Packers play a lot of dime and a lot of dollar in their scheme, which is pass defense. But add this to the mix that Miller slotted Alabama linebacker Dylan Moses to the Las Vegas Raiders at number 19 overall after predicting they'll take T. Higgins with the 12th pick, with Tide receiver Jerry Jeudy and OU receiver CeeDee Lamb each being off the board by then. Now, as a close watcher of this channel and a college football fan, you probably know by now that Moses announced he's returning to Alabama next year. That makes Moses and Penn State All-American, consensus All-American linebacker Micah Parsons a front runner for the 2020 Butkus Award. This is easily the biggest recruiting coup of the year for Alabama coach Nick Saban. Yes, it's even bigger than flipping 2020 running back Jase McClellan from the Sooners to the Tide, because Alabama desperately needs the help at the second level in rush defense and Moses' maturity. Perspective, the Sooners ranked number 34 in rush defense after the game against LSU. Alabama ranks 35th heading into the Citrus Bowl against Michigan, with Christian Harris, who had never played inside linebacker, and Shane Lee as their best prospects right now. Prior to tearing the anterior cruciate ligament in his knee, Moses was regarded as one of the best three-down linebackers in the sport. He's an elite run stopper and as capable as a strong safety in coverage. He picked up 86 tackles, including 10 for a loss and 3.5 sacks in 2018. Murray has been more productive than Moses on a weaker defense, in tackles at least. Last year, Murray emerged as one of the best NFL prospects in the country at the linebacker position for this 2020 NFL draft class. After having never played inside linebacker, he became the first true freshman to start at middle linebacker for OU since 1975. He responded by earning freshman All-America honors. Then, as a sophomore, he recorded 155 tackles on a defense that finished 101st in total defense and essentially played without a coordinator for the second half of the season. In a new scheme, with a new coordinator and a new position coach, Murray notched 102 tackles with 4 sacks and led OU to a top 25 total defense ranking prior to the Sooners getting smashed in the 2019 Peach Bowl 63-28 in Atlanta. The most encouraging maturation of Murray's game, though, was how many of his tackles came as solo rather than assisted. Last season, he reached the 8th highest total for tackles in a season at OU by recording more assisted tackles, 84, than solo tackles with 71. In 2019, that ratio dramatically flipped to 69 solo tackles and just 33 assisted tackles. In 2018, he recorded 12.5 tackles for loss. He improved on that to 17 tackles for loss this season. At 6'2" and weighing 240 pounds, he has elite size, and elite closing speed is his superpower. He could use more seasoning in understanding fits and scheme, but in speaking with one NFL scout about where Kenneth Murray Jr. could get drafted earlier this season, he told me he probably won't receive a first round or second round grade, He needs help seeing the game, but he could still go in the first round because he's an athletic freak. You'd rather have him and draft him high and hope you can make him fit into your scheme. If Murray returned to OU, it would be as big for the Sooners as Moses returning to Alabama and put them back in position to make a run at a 6th consecutive Big 12 title. All right, that is it for me. Deuces. First Class Heat and Air LLC is a family-owned HVAC business owned and operated in Tulsa, Oklahoma. First Class Heat and Air LLC gladly services northeastern Oklahoma. Give my man Lee a call at 918-606-1537. That's First Class Heat and Air LLC. Give Lee a call, 918-606-1537. Tell him RJ sent you.